Jon can't contain himself. Super excited to talk about this story for the third time. So with update on the Missouri hacking case, and Jon with another not so critical update.
I actually think it's our fourth talk on the Missouri governor and journalist saga. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're on 4 updates.
I stand corrected.
Which is kind of crazy. We'll have to go back and look. I might be wrong. Anyway, so now it's been reported that the Missouri governor's office is actually the one responsible for the teacher's data leak. And as soon as I saw this, I was so engulfed with happiness, because if you guys remember the last time we talked about this, not only do I think that the Missouri governor's office is going to be a huge target, but it's also like you put the spotlight on yourself. What's his name? Mike? Was that the Mike Parsons?
Who cares? No, don't say his name. Who cares? Don't give him the
So the issue was, Jon, do a recap of the original story.
Yeah, I don't know.
In case anybody
the original story
who hasn't watched us talk about it any of the previous 4 times.
Hi, Dad.
Your father, I imagine, has heard the story.
See, I think
your dad is on this story.
He's on the story. Yeah.
So
fully invested.
Yeah.
A journalist discovered that the Missouri, I believe it was like a Missouri school district or
Department of Education,
or basically
website.
Department of Education in Missouri. Their website was containing base 64 encoded social security numbers accessible on the front end. Right now, at first he contacted the state officials and was like, "Hey, I found this." They didn't really do anything or care, so he released an article. The article picked up some steam because this is serious grade school stuff. You don't do this. This just whoever coded this school should maybe I don't know. This is negligence. Anyway, all of a sudden, Mike Parson himself, the governor of the state, is now grossly invested in this and wants to prosecute and charge this journalist with computer intrusion. Or tampering or whatever it was. And the reason that he the reason that he wants to do that is because the journalist took this base 64 encoded string, threw it into a decoder. Anyone can do this. Saw that these were social security numbers, probably the most private piece of information an American resident could have, as it ties you to it's your whole identity, basically. And
which I still find weird, but
by doing so, he took data, which under Missouri law, he took proprietary or private data from a company, which under Missouri law is considered a crime. But really, it's not a crime. This data was accessible to anyone who knew where to look. He didn't have to hack anything. He didn't have to do anything. And it seemed like they were actually going to go through with this and try to charge him. But then, as we discussed last week, all of a sudden the charges were dropped. And now we're finding out that, of course, whose fault would it be? It's the governor's office fault. And that is just the best. What will happen to... Go ahead.
There were 2 bits in the article. One is that the FBI investigated this and told them previously that this was definitely not hacking. This information was publicly available. 2, the initial report was made. They initially thought the site was owned by the DESC, Department of Secondary Education, but they found out, and this is the update, that it was actually managed by the Information Technology Services Division, which is under control of the Executive Department branch. So
basically, you're saying it's state level.
So I guess my thought though was, Parsons probably knew it was his site and not a Department of Education site, which was why he came out so hard against it in the first place, right? This isn't new. This is the Department of Education saying, We told you all along it wasn't our fault.
Amazing. Actually amazing. Like, this is the best. And now you look not only like you look like an even bigger idiot than when you started your little crusade against a poor journalist who only wanted to help you.
Yeah.
You might actually have to like eat the responsibility of this. And do I think something's going to happen? Definitely not.
Yeah.
Government doesn't punish government.
Parsons
So
is
we'll
filing
see.
charges against the communications director for the Department of Education for
Anything
making-
but to
course he
accept
is.
responsibility.
Of course
Huh?
it is.
Anything but to accept responsibility. This is
Wait, hang
amazing.
on. Are you joking? Is he?
Yes, I was joking. I mean, I
okay.
think I was
Okay.
joking. We'll see. Maybe
I
there'll
don't
be
know,
an
but
update
we'll see.
next
Maybe
weekend.
he'll listen to this show and be like, "That's a goddamn good idea."
Why haven't I done that? Get all
Yeah.
that. Here's the thing: the fact that I could believe that, and I wasn't sure whether you were joking, I think says a lot about this whole situation.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's
ridiculous. It's
so
ridiculous.
bonkers, but it's entirely plausible. Okay, that's the problem. I love this, and I think it's great that he's getting some. It's a bit of Schadenfreude. Two things about it I love. The first thing is that the journalist himself is going to get some kind of like clearance to his name, hopefully. Although I agree with John that nothing really is actually going to happen out of this. But the second thing that is nice is, well, actually, this isn't nice. This kind of sucks. Is that it's such a rarity for this kind of thing to happen. It's not nice, actually. There's only two things. One is good, one is bad.
But it is nice.
Yeah,
But no,
it is
nothing. This thing happened. Nothing's happening. We knew we were right. We still know we were right.
Oh, of course we do.
The people
No,
on the other
but
side are just going to say it's fake news anyway and don't care. So nothing is
my
changed.
fear was that, of course, nothing has changed. The status quo is totally the same. What's changed, at least for me, is the validation of knowing that Mike Parson had to be publicly shamed. Even in
But
small
there's no shame.
circles who are following
These
this.
people
No,
are
of course
beyond
there is.
shame. They feel
Oh
no
no,
shame.
he might.
Sadly,
No, I
yeah.
don't know. I
No.
think he's gonna go home and he's gonna yell at his wife
No.
extra hard.
He's going to fundraise off it and he's going to make more money than he ever did.
No way. No way.
Is it literally
Is he
all
gonna be
about
punished?
noise?
Is he gonna be
It's just
punished? No.
Who makes the most amount of noise?
But
Nothing
I don't
will
know.
come of this.
I don't think that's true, Peter, because Biden barely gets a sentence out and he won. He wasn't making a lot of noise. So I don't think
Only
that's
because
valid.
Trump was so
Yeah,
catastrophically
all he had to do
bad.
was show up.
Just not be
Believe
Trump.
me.
That's it. I mean,
got in first place for
Yeah.
just
For a
showing
living.
up.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
about participation
Congrats.
trophies. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I mean,
Also-
So, but anyway,
participation
back to Missouri. I guess I feel happy for the journalist. I feel happy that Mike Parson is getting a stain of shit on his shirt, even if he doesn't notice it or care that he has the stain on him. I will always remember